Conversation with a young man from Florida that plays at New Mexico State, tailback named Scofie. And when I was leaving in the truck, we still had a conversation going on in my head. And we were talking about being athletes. And I said, no, I was an exceptional athlete. Yes, exceptional, right? And then he asked about what about elite. I said, was really neat. He's very intelligent, very good listener. And I said, no, I understand that there is a word elite, but I don't believe in the premise of the word. Okay. I don't believe there are elite athletes. I don't believe people are elite. Okay. Exceptional, yes. I'm exceptional. I can do things. I could do things and still can do things other people can't do. Intellectually, physiologically, emotionally, I am a very exceptional human being. I'm definitely an exception to what people perceive as the rules. My immune system, the way I'm able to detach, observe, understand, think logically, submit to faith and glory, and share that perfection of that faith with people that's like, wow, where they're thinking and, to boldly go where your brain has never gone before, He was a really neat kid. I really enjoyed him. I just took empathy in him because I saw his leg, and I've been hurt playing sports, and I know how much it's not fun to get hurt, and still I'm playing. I had been hurt, all my things were always high ankle sprains. Those people were always trying to hurt me. After I got hurt, I would re-hurt it making cuts. And I said, you make a cut? Yeah, that hurts. It does. And, when you turn your ankle, you tweak it and stuff. And I was very exceptional. I mean, I could, like that day with Brian Skibiak, it was when we had to run the 40 times in PE, and he challenged me. And I didn't want to challenge him, and I was just going to coast through and just get my time and get out like I always did. And I did coast through at the end. I ran a 4.5. But I was flying. And my head was shaking. I was running so fast, my head was doing this. Like Tom Cruise in Maverick in his airplane, right? That's how fast I was running. I was physically running so fast I couldn't keep my head stable in the first 20 yards. And I was the type of person, when I played, I could run it. I didn't understand when most guys run and slip on the things in the football stadiums, they do at the Dome. They did at the Dome in St. Louis and stuff. I just stopped. My thing was just stop. It's like, what? Yeah, I could run full speed and stop, and then change directions and be at full speed quicker than most people. I was very exceptional. I could do things other people couldn't do, and people would explain that to me often. No, because I can't, or you make it seem like it's so easy. It's like it kind of is, but okay. So, it's interesting. But we had a good talk. I talked about Gaines and Sherrod, and I was trying to explain to him about Sherrod. I was like, Sherrod, man, he talked like one of my dogs. He was from Norfolk, Virginia. And Sherrod looked like He-Man. The cartoon He-Man? He had the blonde hair with the haircut like that. He had blue eyes, and he was very tan, and he had muscles, But his name was Sherrod Wright, and he was a white dude, and he talked like he black because he was from Norfolk, Virginia, right? My boy Gaines was from Detroit, and Anthony Gaines was definitely black, And it was a trip when people would hear us talk, and people were like, you talk that way. I was talking this way before I married any black women or dated any black women. It was just a thing in me. It was just the way, it was where I was comfortable. It was my comfort zone through puberty and adolescence. And it was funny, my people's from Tennessee and Texas, so now so we speak like that. That's because when he was talking to me, I was talking to him. He's, well, you from the South? I could tell, and I could tell you, you South too. It's just the way we is, and it's just in us. It's country, and that's the way we talk. It's a country grammar. It's a country dialect. It's the way we talk. It's country. It's just the way. It's how we comfortable like that. We go to a barbecue, dude. Dog, it's fun, right? Some people, oh my gosh, they sound so ignorant. That's because you just don't understand what we're talking about. You think we're talking about you, and we ain't talking about you. The world sure, you'd be right in thinking the sun does rise and set on your house, but it does on everyone else as well. Okay, that's my Ellis Island grandpa, right? Okay, so you know what I'm saying? But it's funny though. But then I'm getting this other person in my head that I get there, because the Temple of Set Illuminati connected us, right? And it's hard. If she knows who I am, it's might be twice as hard. If she doesn't know who I am, it's like she's talking to Jesus, and this new modern updated Jesus is, and she's, I had to ice my groin, right? I've been forgetting to ice my groin. It's very important that I ice my groin. I should ice my groin at least once or twice a day, okay? because of the chemical poisoning. It helps the inflammation and it helps it heal. Okay. I get Miss Jennifer Lynn Lopez in my head. Do you want to die? Yes, eventually. Probably 50 years from now. And she's like, Ralph Earl Parsons Jr., Jesus, it's Ralph Earl Parsons Jr., but I'm Ralph Earl Parsons Jr. Christ, But it's like she gets mad at me. Maybe she thinks it's the spirit of Jesus. I don't know. Maybe she has no clue I exist, like Kamala Harris and Donald Trump and Barack Obama and Joe Biden and Hillary Clinton. Maybe it's just Antoine LaVey, Michael Aquino, and Custer, and Eisenhower, not related to that Eisenhower, he spells it differently. I don't know. The thing is with me is with people that know who I am and that are famous on TV, Nida mia, no quiero saber. But yeah, I do believe I had a conversation with Justice Ginsburg on her deathbed. Oh yeah, that woman was. But I've talked to lots of people like her, especially in Sierra Vista, Las Cruces. Like I went down, I talked to a really beautiful, she was very pretty. She was pretty, yeah. The one lady that I talked to about King David and the one man that can take the computers and the robotics and turn them into a gracious good shepherd. Oh, she's very pretty. Yeah, The guy in her life is like, hey, I get that. I don't get all huffy here, mister. Seriously, we're just having a good talk. Excellent talk. I can observe and see. I didn't check the finger for, I didn't know if you like it, you should put a ring on it. I wasn't paying attention. I was just talking about love and helping love correct the technology to protect children from raping murderers, and she was very pretty. And so when you're talking about that and she gets it, that's pretty. She's pretty. It's very pretty. It's very pretty. Oh my gosh, that's pretty. Oh my gosh, that's prettier than a runway model. Yeah, so serious, right? So she's very pretty, right? And we had a good conversation. And then I went and tried to talk to the rest of the people, and it was like, Venus, if you will. Hi, I'm a Martian. Venus, if you will. It was like Venus and Mars. One couple, because they had these signs that say, freedom isn't free. I talked to a woman that only spoke Spanish and explained it to her, and she said, oh, yeah. And she didn't even speak Spanish. No, freedom is free. Forgive debt and trespass, love one another, show faithful peace. You're free, right? So when you get people that say freedom isn't free, they don't understand freedom, and then I explained to them, real quick about, last night I watched one of the presidential candidates sit there and say, I support Israel's right to mass murder and philanthropy. And then when they do it, it's disgusting. It's like, well, then you shouldn't support it. You should want to live the Lord's prayer so you can live real freedom. I talked to this lady and, and I was telling her about how we can appreciate the people that, like Walt Whitman and Henry David Thoreau that had, especially Walt Whitman, pioneers, that understood in the good that could come from this collection of people that called themselves the United States and this country. But we got to understand that not all people that were a part of the formation of this country were like Walt Whitman and Henry David Thoreau. They were definitely exceptional people. And then the lady was agitated at me and all pissed. And then I talked to the man as well. I said, some people have trouble comprehending listening. That listening is it's a gift. It's not a skill. And they have trouble listening. She goes, oh yeah, I heard that. She was talking about me. Like I listen like shit and talk like shit. And I'm like, okay. I'm pretty sure when Jesus Christ said, forgive debt and trespass, love one, eternal faithful peace, that he didn't say, line up for flagpole rags, war songs, and mass murder in the name of philanthropy and vote for the biggest dickus who will do it with the most couth, because you can't. Okay. It's impossible. Jesus, you can only serve one master. Okay. You either are a faithful lover or you're not, right? Do you want to die? Yes, in about 50 years, maybe more. I don't know. Depends on how I feel once I shut down this whorehouse in New Mexico. Okay, Miss Lopez, sorry. It's not Mrs. I say Mrs. Well, she's married still, right? They separated, right? So I still see her as a Mrs., right? Talk to him as a Mrs., right? I don't give up on families and stuff, I was rooting for her and Mark because they have kiddos, right? So yeah, that's the kind of stuff is tough. Well, I had Steffi, poor Patrick, my life was a science project. It's like Patrick, King Solomon. Anytime you look at the spirit of Solomon's line, okay, every molecular configuration of Solomon is through some kind of political, social manipulation and movement. And he loves the spirit of his father and his son, and he wants them to live the heart of Psalms and sustain it with the wisdom of Proverbs. So, the thing is this, though. I was thinking about on the way home from dropping off stuff at the recycling center at the Dome, trying to get across to Patrick how much I love him. That, we couldn't be together, son. Together, we were too good. And they always had to keep us separated, because together we would be such a good combination, such a team of people that, if Patrick had stayed in that, I remember thinking that if he came and just with Amy, he'd help Amy, keep Amy in line, and help Amy be a better parent for Natalie, just because it would give another presence of someone like myself in the home that's strong enough to communicate with me honestly and establish right and wrong. And no, Patrick was very easily correctable when he got selfish and insecure, but I had to let him go with his mom and everything like that, because Jesus told me in prayer, you have to stay with Natalie, and they're going to try to use Natalie to try to bring down the house of David and Solomon. He explained that to me at the time, because this is very important. She's the focal point. And I was like, but this is crazy. He goes, yeah, they are. You and Patrick are not. Your son is going to go through hell without your help, and you're going to go through hell helping him and Natalie and everybody else out of hell into the kingdom of heaven, and your son's going to have to survive hell to help sustain heaven with wisdom. So it's very difficult. Not many people would give birth to a son that they know is going to be tortured just as bad as they are, so we could establish kingdom of heaven on earth, because he's man enough to do his part. All right, guys, I love you. Peace out, man. And I'm okay. And I'll die when I'm ready, which is an old man, okay? Miss Lopez, if you're paying attention, you little stinker. Okay, I love you guys, all right? Max? Hi, Max and Emmy. You guys are fun. Okay, peace out.